x to the 1/2 is the same thing as taking the square root of x to the first power. Do you see the numerator where it went? Okay, do you see where the denominator went? Okay, so the denominator went to the, we call that the root. Okay, so that's our denominator of the fraction. Okay, the denominator of the fraction is the root, which means the numerator is our exponent, or the base. So that's our numerator. And of course, the base always stays the base. Okay, now notice that in this example, we put the exponent outside the radical sign. I, being old school, always put the exponent underneath the radical. So here's the way I do it. The exponent goes underneath the radical. Here's my base. And here's my root. Okay? So let's look at some example problems. Going from, oh, by the way, this is called exponential form or exponent form. And this is called radical form. So this section goes back and forth. Okay, we're going to go from exponent form to radical form to exponent form. This exponent form is easy to put in a calculator. That's why we go back and forth. Okay. I could look up how to do that in a calculator, but it's big. It's a lot of buttons you have to push. All right, let's do some examples. Number one, we're in radical form, right? Now they're calling A our base. I wish they would just call it B. All right? B for base. Our base is -125. Our n is, or the root, I don't know why they don't use R, is 3. What's our exponent in this problem? 1. Okay, the base is -125. Our exponents, if there's nothing there, it's a 1. And our root is 3. So let's change this to exponent form. Our base, -125. Our numerator is our exponent. So the numerator is the exponent 1. The denominator is the root. Our root is 3. See how easy that is? Now this I can easily put in a calculator. Please remember, put all negative numbers and all fractions in parentheses. You will get the wrong answer if you don't, because of order of operation. All right, so -125 in parentheses raised to the 1 divided by 3, or 1/3. Hit enter, I get -5. That's my answer. Yes. There's got to be a couple of situations where they just want you to change forms, like the next 2 rows, but for the most part, you're going to be solving or evaluating. Okay, number 2. Our root is 4. Our base is 16. Base is 16. What's the exponent on the 16? 1, right? So the exponent is our numerator. The base is the root, which is 1/4. If I put this in my calculator, I get 16 raised to the 1/4. Enter. I get those. This is exactly why I did not have a quiz this week. All right. Number 3. Yeah, this is where you don't have to evaluate because it says put it in rational exponent form. So my base is D. My exponent is the numerator, which is 2. My root is 3. I'm done. My number 4, my base is E. My exponent is my numerator. So I have 2, and the root is 4. Be careful, you do have to reduce. I have E to the 1/2. Well, we're not evaluating, we're just changing forms. That's all we're doing for these 2 rows. Number 5, my base is 3, my exponent's the numerator 4, and my denominator is the root 5. That's it, we're done. Yeah, changing back and forth the forms is pretty easy. Yeah, it's 10 to the 4/4, which is 10 to the first, which is actually just 10, right? Number 7. Anybody get this one?
No.
Okay. What's the exponent on F? So I have e to the exponent 2 over the root 3, f to the exponent 1 over the root 3. Yeah, it's could be overthinking it. Okay, so we went from radical form to exponent form, right? Now we're going to go from exponent form to radical form. Number 8. My base is 2. My exponent's the numerator 1. My root is the denominator 2. My base is A. My exponent is the numerator, which is 3, and my root is 5, the denominator. Number 10, my base is 5, my exponent is 2, my root is the denominator 5. Number 11, my base is x, my exponent is 2, my root is 3. And number 12, base is 4, exponent 1, my root is 4. ¿Comprendes? All right, the next row, it says evaluate, so we're going to have to come up with a number. Evaluate expressions with rational exponents. And it says try it without a calculator, use your chart. Well, guess what? I didn't print up your charts. So we're going to use our calculator. 9 to the 3/2. Plug it in your calculator. What do you get? Could do this in your head. Just put it in your calculator. We've got 9 raised to the 3 divided by 2. I bet you get 3. Ooh, 27. I was off. How about 32 to the negative 2/5? These numbers are too big for my brain. 32 raised to the negative 2/5. 0.25, I get a decimal. Let's put it in a fraction. Math, enter, enter. 1/4. Four to the negative 1/2 is going to be negative 2. Negative 1/2. So it's going to be 1/2. 4 raised to the negative 1/2. 0.5, which is 1/2. And 16 to the 5/2. That's 16 raised to the 5 divided by 2, 10/24. And 27 raised to the negative 2/3 is 0.11111111. So hit math, enter, enter, 1/9. Questions, comments, concerns? Yes, sir. No, sir. I'm going to write something else. Number 18. Use a graphing calculator. Again, there is a way to put this in your calculator, but it's a lot of buttons and I never learned it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this in exponent form. So I'm going to start inside the parentheses. I have the base 5. What's my exponent for the 5? And the root 4th. Now I could put this in a calculator. See, I have, I got to put that in parentheses. So parenthesis 5 raised to the 1/4 raised to the 3. I get 3.34. What do I want? Fraction or decimal? Decimal. So this equals 3.34. It's actually an approximation. You got to use squiggly lines. Okay, put this in rational form. Base. Yeah, they want it in decimals. Okay. So I got base 3, exponent 4, root 3. Put that in your calculators. See, base 3 raised to the 4 divided by 3. 4.33. I got one of these crazy powers to a power again. Inside the parentheses, I have 5 to the 1/3 raised to the 2. So I'm going to have to put parentheses 5 raised to the parentheses 1/3. Close that off, raise it to the second power. And I get 2.92. Questions, comments, concerns? The next 4 problems, it says write in simplest form, so you have to simplify these. You cannot do this without knowing perfect cubes and perfect quads, I guess. So we're not going to do it today. We're going to do it tomorrow when I get your charts printed up. So on your homework, I'm not going to give you the book work. I'm going to give you the back page. The back page where it says 6.4 Part 2 Practice. You have to do numbers 1 through 30. And I'll even tell you what the answer is for 27. It's a to the 1/6. ¿Comprendes? 1 through 30. All right, so today I assigned which is Thursday, 9/20/18. I assigned back of note page and 1 through 30, right? Book work we'll do tomorrow. That'll be your weekend work. Okay. Any questions, comments, concerns? Anybody need any tattoos or anybody, Robert, you need an aspirin or something? It's like you're having some aches. All right. You're off on your own.